So what's Godwin's status? Chris Godwin. Let's talk about the rest of the offense around Brady.
Yeah.
What do you got for me there?
Well, Rich, he's done everything he can do. You know, that injury happened late. It was December 20th. He got operated on January 3rd. There was some ACL damage, obviously, a tear, and then maybe some more. No one works harder than Chris Godwin. He's at it 24 hours a day, it seems, and doing everything he can do to get ready. He's wearing a brace, which is absolutely, I think, going to be a problem, for him to adjust to when he does get back out there. He has gone from, individual drills to one-on-ones to 7-on-7 to teamwork. All hasn't done is full contact. And they're not going to take him to the ground out here in practice, right? So whether he plays against Dallas or he plays against New Orleans, the real litmus test is he's got to get hit below the waist and he's got to get back up. And I don't care who you are, if you've been through what he's been through, that mental hurdle is real. And if he's going to be Chris Godwin, that process has to start. Does it start against Dallas? If the doctors say he can play, I mean, what else can they clear him of except, you're okay to get hit now. And so I think that's the next step. I do think he'll be ready for Dallas. I don't know who's ultimately it'll be the medical, decision, but if they clear him, he'll be out there playing because he looks like he can do everything. Now, will he be the same guy this year as he was before he got hurt? I don't know. It may take that. That's a process, and we've all seen it. But I think he's in really good shape.
And what about Julio Jones? I just know all those years doing Thursday night football on NFL Network. A couple of times when he went against Tampa, he just saved his best, man. He just torched him. I mean, so many times. It's weird for me to see him in the uniform. I'm sure it is for many people in Atlanta and even in Tampa. How much of a role do you think he's going to play this year?
Well, I think he's going to play a big one. I mean, again, that's another situation where he's missed 14 games over the last 2 seasons with that foot injury. His problem in Tennessee, and I know John Robinson, it was that he couldn't practice. I mean, which didn't exactly make his game day performance all that great. And then he missed the time. Right now, Rich, he's healthy. Whatever that means at his age, he's completely healthy. And I have seen him do Julio Jones things. I mean, he is leaping over guys. He is, running routes. He's physical. He can block. He played his first game and they threw one ball to him for 20 yards. I mean, so him and Brady have already gotten together enough to have, great chemistry because he's such a great player. He's so smart and he knows the game so well, and his hands are as good as anyone's that's ever played. So all I know is they got to find a way to make up those, 50-something catches, 800-something yards, and 5 touchdowns from Gronkowski. They'll do it a different way. Kyle Rudolph's not going to do that, but Julio Jones could. And they don't have Antonio Brown. We know what an impact he had during the Super Bowl year. All I know is if you can put Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, and Russell Gage out there, that's a problem, along with whether it's Cam Brate, Kyle Rudolph, a good running back in Leonard Fournette. So there's a lot of weapons for Tom Brady, and they didn't want to wait to the middle or the end of the year when they sustained injuries, knowing Godwin might not be ready at week 1. Let's go out and get the best player we can find, so we're not, having to pull guys off the practice squad or go get a Brashard Perriman who's on his 3rd team in a year. We'll have somebody in house that we can play with, and they got an abundance of receivers.